What is going on, guys? Today we have ourselves an X and Y Wi-Fi battle. Today we're against Joe, and before I even get into his team, I'm gonna explain my team. My team is a very plain and simple RU tier team. We got the Rotom-M or Cut, the Hitmontop, the Sharpedo, the Cofagrigus, the Registeel, and Moltres. So pretty cool. And then Joe, on the other hand, has a very, very strong team. It's so fucking scary. It's like 5 UBERS, with the exception of Vespiquen. So, pretty scary, man. I'm not gonna lie. But I do see that Ho-Oh, so obviously I do want to set up my rocks, but is it really wise for me to lead off with my Registeel? Is it really wise? Because he's probably going to counter me with that Darkrai or even that Ho-Oh. So, as I predicted, he does go for a Darkrai, honestly. Almost always they go for Darkrai. I'm just going to go for my Choice Scarf Rotom. I'm going to use Trick because I know he's going to go for a Darkrai. So, at least if I fall asleep, well, you know, he'll be stuck to Darkrai. And this is the really funny thing, okay? We switch items and I get a Chesto Berry. And of all things this Darkrai is carrying a Chesto Berry. So, naturally, I'll wake up after this, Dark Void, which is really hilarious. Had he had given me something else, I think his plan would have been a little bit better. So obviously I'm slower now. He goes for a Dark Void, but he misses. So I'm in incredible luck right now. So things are looking pretty good here. I get a little bit damaged, so now I can freely switch into my Hitmontop. This is my Technitop. I'm just gonna go straight for the Fake Out. In case he wants to switch out, I'll do a decent damage to anything, and it does a shit ton because, well, I'm a technician, and now at this range I can easily kill it with a Mach Punch. I didn't even have to use Fake Out, honestly, but it was pretty fun to use Fake Out and Mach Punch. So yeah, it's nice to see Technitop once in a while. Technitop does come back. So now he goes into a Xerneas, a shiny fairy type Xerneas, and I knew the Geomancy is coming, but honestly, I have nothing for the Xerneas. Absolutely nothing. So I have to switch out. I'm just going to switch into my Registeel. Hopefully, maybe I can scare it off. Hopefully, maybe not. I don't know. I'm not even sure what... I don't know anything about Xerneas because I don't really have too many Ubers, but I don't even know if Xerneas can learn like Fire Blast or Focus Blast. So I am a little bit scared since he does have that Geomancy going on. But, I'm sure I can at least maybe take one attack. I'm not too sure. So he does get all those stats boosted, nice and powerful. Of course, for some reason, he decided to switch out those, so I guess he didn't have Focus Blast or anything like that, so kind of a waste of Geomancy there, but at least now I can freely set up my rocks. But before I do that, he sends out his Ho-Oh, so... Oh, I'm sorry, I don't even set up my rocks. I'm going to go straight for a Thunder Wave, because I wanted to paralyze that Xerneas, because I didn't want him to start sweeping. But anyways, I'm going to use my Stealth Rocks now because I know I can take at least one Sacred Fire. I can't take it well, but I want to just, send out my Stealth Rocks at least once. So, honestly, my Registeel can't really do anything to his whole team, but maybe just paralyze like a few things and set up Stealth Rocks. So, I'm just going to use my Seismic Toss and just let my, my Registeel die. My Registeel's done enough, so, yeah. He does go down, unfortunately. Sacred Fire looks really awesome, by the way. I love that whole blue flame going on. So, unfortunately, Registeel does go down. So, now I'm going to switch into my Rotom. And I was so certain that he's going to switch out because, he doesn't want to take a Thunderbolt. But I'm just going to use my Volt Switch. And judging from that range, I don't think even my Thunderbolt could have killed because now I remember Ho-Oh has massive special defenses. So, I'm going to switch into my Chick-fil-A, my Moltres, so it's going to be like Firebird versus Firebird, but of course mine is way better because my Moltres isn't your average Moltres. My Moltres is a defensive Will-O-Wisp, Roost Moltres. So I take that Sacred Fire like so well, it's not even a joke, and of course I don't get burned because I am a Fire type. He knows that I take it too well, so he's going to switch out, which is really hilarious because my Stealth Rocks are up, so he needs to Rapid Spin or defog those Stealth Rocks away, otherwise his Ho-Oh is pretty much gone. He sends out his Kyogre, he sends the Drizzle. I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, I'm so glad he sends out his Kyogre because my Hurricane is now 100% accurate. So I can easily hit this Kyogre, and it does a shit butt ton. I have no special attack investment whatsoever, but that does way too much. I thought Kyogre actually is pretty bulky, but that Hurricane did half. That's pretty impressive. Anyways, I'm expecting like a water attack, and he does go for a Skull, so... I take it alright. I mean, it is in the rain, so it's not as well as I thought, but luckily I don't get burned, so that's pretty good. I'm just gonna go for my Volt Switch in case he wants to switch out. Because, well, I mean, he didn't switch out earlier, but I don't want to play any games here. I don't want to over-predict. I'm just gonna stay in and just I mean, not gonna stay in. I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna switch out with my Volt Switch. So he does bring the Xerneas, because I guess he doesn't really have anything that wants to take a Volt Switch. Xerneas doesn't take that Volt Switch that well anyway. So now I'm gonna send out my Cofagrigus, because honestly I have nothing anymore because my Registeel has died. So I can't really do anything to it. He's gonna go from a Moonblast. It's gonna sting. I can't live another one, unfortunately. It's gonna be 2-hit KO. But the main reason why I brought my Cofagrigus is so I can use my Toxic. So now, at least, if he tries to sweep, well, he can't. He won't last too long. So at least, you know, and I do have that Hitmontop chill in the bag to use that fake out so that I can prolong his Toxic however long I want. So I knew the, Moonblast is coming in, so I thought, okay, well, I can switch into my Chick-fil-A. You know, my Chick-fil-A is not especially defensive, but it'll take this Moonblast alright. So, you know, that'll, stall his Toxic even more, so that's pretty good there. It does drop my special attack, though, which kind of does suck, so my Hurricane won't be doing as much anymore. So I am going to grab some little more leftover. So yeah, it's pretty interesting to use a Will-O-Wisp defensive Moltres. You don't really see those too often, so people don't expect that, and then they just get burned. Okay, so then he has Rock Slide. I'm just like, damn, I should have saw that like miles away, but oh well. Something really did have to die anyways, since this Xerneas has way too much coverage. So it's at pretty low HP now. I know that I can just send out my Sharpedo and just go straight for Protect, and he'll just die to Poison in 1 turn. He could have switched out and predicted that, but he didn't. So I'm glad that, I'm pretty glad that he decides to stay in. So it's either my Sharpedo or I could bring in my Hitmontop, but I kind of wanted to get that early speed boost going on so I can, potentially do some damage with the Sharpedo on his team. So now he sends out his Kyogre. And I'm kind of glad he sends out Kyogre, honestly, because he's just going to set up Rain for me, which becomes very beneficial for Sharpedo later in the game. So he does get hit by more Stealth Rock, so at this range, I'm sure I can kill it. I don't need to go for another unnecessary Protect. I can outspeed this Kyogre very easily. So speaking of which, I'm really excited for Alpha Sapphire and Primal Evolution, Ancient Evolution Kyogre. It's really fucking awesome. I can't wait. So now he's going to send out his Deoxys because, well, his whole team is pretty much done for. It was pretty wise of me to send out my Sharpedo now because, back then, because, well, now I can pretty much outspeed this Deoxys very easily and kill it with a Crunch, so. And I'm glad my Stealth Rocks were set up so that in case he does have the Focus Sash, it does break from the Stealth Rock, so. I'm going to get more speed boosted, so it's pretty freaking awesome. He's going to now send out his Vespiquen and get hurt by so much by that rocks, and I can go for my Crunch, but I'm just going to go for my Waterfall because it's in rain, but before I do that, he does quit, so yeah, that was it. That was his last 2 Pokemon, this Vespiquen, and of course his Ho-Oh, which would have died if he sent it out, so thank you guys, please like, comment, and subscribe.